Hello, this is Dread, and in today's video topic, this is going to be a video on Ignite Hammerdin. Yes, you heard that right, Ignite. So, unfortunately, because I can't play every single build in the entire game right before the patch launches, but what I can do is I can give you guys some of my knowledge here. And this time around, we're going to be talking about Ignite Hammerdin. So, there was a lot of stuff that happened to make this build look a lot more tolerable this patch. Now, I just want to let you guys know the way to level, literally, this will level right into Ignite Hammer Throw because it literally is Ignite or Ailment Hammer Throw. Like, legitimately is Hammer Throw, as you can see here. Like, it literally is Hammer Throw. It'll literally level right into the new setup. And if you really need a little bit more proof than that, here's an entire zero to hero run I did on Warpath, Ignite Warpath, which pretty much is like a worse version than this build, technically, mainly just because Hammer Throw just has more single target scaling than Warpath does, while Warpath has more clear and stuff like that. So if you really want to see the concept, this is before the patch where it buffed the absolute crap out of Sentinel, and I wasn't using reversal or anything. So that means that pretty much you're gonna have way more damage than you see in this footage, except it's gonna be with Hammer Throw. Because Hammer Throw, if you don't know, got buffed to the absolute moon, which we'll be talking about. So the biggest thing, there's two big things, right, with Ignite Hammer Throw. First things off, they introduced this node. This node exists now. 50% more damage for free. Literally 50% more. Just right off the top. Right there. Right? Literally 50% more damage. Zooey Mama. Great, right? Then if we go to the passive tree, ooh, look at that. Another 50% more damage. Now, of course, it's not always up, but you can burst people down with it, which is fine, right? But yeah, 100% more damage is enough to make up for the reversal removal. Also, as well, mind you, this is actually better in theory because you weren't reversing every single pack. You were only reversing bosses. So your clear will actually be significantly better than Hammerdin's of the past, as you don't have to spam reversal anymore. Now, let's talk about some other interesting thoughts about this build. First things up, we have, I think, in the end game, we have 1400% chance to ignite. So we're running a Malin's Hubris, of course, and now with the mandatory, the guaranteed, T1 or a T7 on a 1 LP item, you can get throwing attack speed on this fucking thing, which is great. Finally, it's actually one of the more annoying things to do, but being able to just get throwing attack speed on this makes these gloves a lot more viable. But pretty much you can get to 1400% ignite chance, and you can get ignite from a lot of different places. That's 14 ignites per hammer hit. Remember, we throw out 3 hammers and they hit multiple times. So that's crazy, right? But the biggest thing is, unfortunately, because of the way that everything works, we're incentivized to use a two-handed weapon. Why is that? Well, at the base of Forge Guard, we have bleed chance while wielding an axe, hence why we're running an axe. And then we also have Smelter's Might, which is also a bunch of Ignite and Bleed, which of course the Bleed gets converted to Ignite. Because of this, as well as the Bleed at the top of Paladin, we're just severely incentivized to go Ignite, to go a two-handed weapon and go Ignite. So in theory, you could just run a Radiant Axe with that 16% fire pen. I went and looked over all the other bases. There isn't really that many bases that actually help you out that much. Unfortunately, you could run the parry base, but you get so much damage out of your axe, it's not worth it. But thankfully, we get to actually go a Titan Heart, and Titan Heart next patch is probably gonna actually end up just being meta in general, mainly just because HP stacking is a lot better next patch, even with all these uniques on that you see. I'm still at 5600 HP, which is crazy, right? Some other things to note that have been added this patch, next patch, I mean, is the new modifier here, the ignite chance on hit, fire damage over time set. You don't even have to care about the actual set bonus. It's just the affix itself. It's just a bunch of generic ignite chance and damage over time. You really can't go wrong with this. Looks really good. Obviously, the gear in this planner is pretty finished, but I've had a lot of criticism in the past of me not making quote unquote finished planners, well, here you go. You're not going to like my finished planners because they're absurdly invested into, but here you go. Like a 3 LP Bleeding Heart. Although to be fair, these aren't really that hard to get in trade. And like in, COF, you just farm for a bit, right? Like overall, I'm really happy with this. I'm happy to finally go play it. Like it'll be nice to actually play just Ignite Hammerdin instead of Bleed Hammerdin for once. You have the ability to do so now because of like all of the like benefits that you're getting, mainly because on the top of the paladin tree we're getting the 50% more ignite chance. I mean 50% more ignite damage. If it wasn't for this node, it probably wouldn't be viable. Also as well, there is a route where we can stack some healing effectiveness and get some fire pen. Now, of course, I don't think that this is worth it, but you could do this if you want to, right? The only problem that I foresee with this planner is like not going fiery dragon shoes for the fire pen. You could do that. That's one thing you could do. But other than that, like very solid idea. Like pretty much everything that this build is built on already works right now. Woden sinks to fall. Everything about this build already works. Like the leveling already works in this patch and is getting buffed immensely next patch. You can like literally right here we have Ignite Warpath, which is like literally this build but worse in certain ways, right? That doesn't even have any of the buffs yet. Like we're doing our full 10 out of 10 Harbinger run pretty smoothly, right? So pretty much this build literally can't be worse. It will literally be better than like it'll be insanely strong, and I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be great. To be honest with you, I legitimately think it's gonna be great. Like I'm looking at the damage scaling here, and in terms of damage scaling, like we're good to go, man. We're good to go. Like 1700% increased damage, right? Well, it's a little bit less than that. It's like 1500% increased damage, and then like 14, even more than that. I think it's actually 15 ignites per hit. Like it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be great. Now, for defenses, unfortunately, that's where the problem starts to rise a little bit. The biggest problem is like since we're running a two-hander, we can't go block. But Titan Heart's a hell of an item, man. Like Titan Heart's like a really good item, and this is way more HP than you were having before. Like before, you'd be at like 4,000 HP with like less armor. So yeah, like it's a lot better. You can also run an unspecialized rebuke on your bar for free. You also get to run sigils, which sigils just in general is literally the new flame ward. Like sigils is legitimately just flame ward, but for paladin or for sentinel. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Whenever you activate it, you literally take like 20% less damage for 3 seconds, or it's actually even longer. You can get it up to 4 seconds, actually, I think. Yeah, there you go. You can get it up to 4 seconds with that node. So, like, that's absurd. Like, oh my god. I'm really excited for this build. We can also go smite because of the change to the smite idols. We don't actually need all 4 smite idols, so we can run 2 of them, and of course benefit from smite. Remember, we're a smite hammer throw build too. Smite also got buffed. It literally got buffed thanks to Immolate. Literally 20% more fire damage over time on top of everything else. And of course, the normal stuff with like sacrifice. And then we even get to snag some attack speed from Righteous Flurry, which is cool. So yeah, I really do think that this build is going to be amazing in a lot of different ways. I have to play it first. Now, of course, if you're like a little questioning about it, completely understandable. I'm not entirely sure myself. The biggest thing is the mana. That's another thing. I think that we have the full minus mana cost suite, but if we need to, we can always grab minus mana cost here, or we can run exalted minus mana cost somewhere. But in general, you probably not want to run these nodes, mainly just because like we have like the 50% more damage here is better. Although what you could do in theory is instead of the strength here, you can just go like hammer throw. Like no one's stopping you from doing that, right? Then you can just do minus mana cost, right? And that should be fine. You might have to run like one affix of regen here or there, like here, like that. And then after that, you should be fine in theory. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. That's going to be it for this video. With all that being said, this has been Dread. Off to go do something else. Bye.